Don't you just hate it when people bring up old drama in the past and still won't forgive and forget? Which basically annoys you to the point where you actually want to make a video about them. This is not going to be a rant, but rather a message to Seanscomics, who yesterday, Saturday the 11th of March 2017, decided to quote unquote tell one of my watchers, Nate, that I traced art, and the only quote-unquote proof that he had was a year-old picture that I did in October 2016, and I'm putting my foot down. Okay, now before I get into the story, let's talk about how I found out about all this. And of course, if you've heard of what I just said, then you let me explain. So, in the middle of the night, I was basically just on DA or just making sprites, so I don't know, because I don't really care what happens. I was just making sprites. And afterwards, I get a Discord message from my friend Nate, and he says that Sean told me that I traced art. And immediately I'm thinking, wait. And immediately I'm thinking, oh god damn it. He's still on that? So now I told him it's months old, and he has no case. And I showed him the picture. Now let me just show you his picture and my picture. Now let me explain what I did back in the day. Not back in the day, but last year. Last year I made a picture, this picture right here. And here's Sean's version. Now yes, of course, Sean drew this first and I drew this second, but now here's the thing. I'll admit one thing. I never should have done it. So I can admit to my own mistakes that I never should have done it or shown it to him. Sean got angry, and then afterwards, he said that I do not like art thieves. Forgiven. He forgave me. Keyword forgave. Now I was thinking, that's it. It's over. He forgave me. You're over here thinking, okay, so he forgave you. I'm sure he must have forgotten about it over time, didn't he? No, he didn't. Dear gosh. He didn't forget about it. When I say he didn't forget about it, it's just that, I'll tell you why. Because I showed him to this on a stream, and, yeah, like I said, I never should have shown him it, because it was a bad thing to do. But I can admit to my own mistakes. Sean, he doesn't. I don't know if he admits to his own mistakes or not. He will. He does, but anyways, here's what happens when I got on Tumblr yesterday. Tumblr, after Sean's stream ended. He made a Tumblr post saying that 2 people have shown him art, and I pretty much knew this was directed at me. How did I know? Because he blatantly called me out in the goddamn hashtags. Dear God. Seriously? What? I don't understand this. How could somebody... How could you forgive someone for tracing something, and then afterwards you go around and say, oh, instead, I'm not going to forgive him. I'm just going to go call his ass out on Tumblr to show how bad this person is. And you know what? You did make me feel bad, but at least I learned from my mistakes. I can admit and learn from my mistakes. What about you? Have you ever learned from your mistakes? Oh, no, I don't think so. And this is what happened. So then afterwards, a year goes by, and then afterwards he decides, you know what? I'm just going to bring up old shit from the past. And he decides to bring up old shit from the past that affected me before. And let me just tell you, I'm going to show you that Sean doesn't exactly forgive people, or doesn't really know how to forgive and forget, because his brain is too small to understand that. Let me show you. Okay, so I said that before that I forgave him, right? I said I forgave him on what happened. So I said here, I specifically said here it is. Just so you know, this is over a year old, so Sean has no case. Nate responds by saying, drama, here we fucking go again. annoyed, and I said, "See, it's over a year old. He has no case." And he's trying to start up drama again and being butthurt because I called his ass out in his group. Now, if you don't know what happened, I'll upload a video of that before, because here's what happened. Sean then afterwards decided to call people out on call like Gmod Splatoon artists for making, I don't know, filter Gmod vids or pictures or something. So what did I do? I basically called him out, saying that why did he have to act like a social justice warrior? Why are you attacking people whose art seems cringy to you? And then afterwards he began to tell me that the bases that they made looked like Barbie dolls, and he told me to shut the fuck up. Which then afterwards, of course, devolved into a I'm better than you, which then evolved into a bringing up shit from the past to basically degrade others. Oh yeah, and also, remember, I don't go around calling people out if they traced my art. I would just tell them, do not do it again. And if they do it again, then that's when I call them out. So technically, if he's telling me that if he's telling me that I did, at least I don't trace art and show others like a retard, at least I don't draw boobs on a child. Yeah, there you go. I said it. Yeah, Sean drew boobs on a child. Now, I don't mean like he actually drew boobs on a child. He drew his own character, Sean, because let's face it, Sean has, I don't know, age cups and stuff because she had breasts at a young age. And of course, children do develop at a young age, so yeah. I just don't even understand that. Oh yeah, also, at least I don't go around calling other people out for what they did in the past. So as I said again, you technically have no right to talk. So yeah. I then asked today that did Sean call me out for anything that happened? Say anything bad about me? And he said not exactly, but he replied. Now let me show you what he did. So Nate then went to Sean saying, the trace picture is over 1 year old. Sean hasn't gotten over it yet. Fam, please. Please. Sean responds by saying, the trace picture is gone, cause I deleted it. However, what Sean didn't know is that I have it saved on my computer. And he said, here, I don't care how old it is, tracing art is the worst thing. Shut the fuck up. Okay, so what this basically proves to me that you still don't know how to forgive and forget. Oh my god. Seriously, you are seriously an over-righteous, pretentious asshole, Sean. You are seriously an asshole on all levels. You are literally Claymore levels of an asshole. So, and if you think that bringing up crap from the past is going to hinder me, no, it's just going to make you look worse in the long run. So yeah. Listen. I know what I did was wrong. And if all of you can tell me, and let me just tell you all, I know tracing art was wrong. I can admit to my mistakes. But if someone is deliberately going to, quote-unquote, forgive you, then call you out on it on social media, other than DA, then what does that make them? That makes them no better than what you did. At least I can admit to my mistakes. Sean? No. Sean doesn't admit to his mistake. Sean doesn't know how to forgive and forget. All he thinks is that just because you did something in the past doesn't mean that, like, I don't care how old it is, or I don't care if it's in the past or something, I'm gonna bring it up just because I hate this person did something to me, so I'm gonna call them out. Yeah, sure. Yeah, you keep telling yourself that. You keep going around trying to make me look bad when I'm gonna make a response video exposing you of your bullshit and then calling you out on your bullshit. And technically, nice job on kicking me out of the group, you butthurt asshole. I'm sorry for basically acting like this, but let me just tell you, I'm sorry about this because, let me just tell you, if somebody deliberately calls you out on your bullshit, then yes, you are obviously going to make a response video. But you know what, I see there's no point in fighting with Sean, because all he's just going to do is just make fun of me, and I'm just, you know what, because I don't really care. I don't watch Sean for his personality. I watch him for his art, because it's really good. His personality, it's not so good. He needs to fix up, and and maybe people can like him more. Maybe that's why DM didn't like him. I'm actually thinking of blocking him. So you know what? But you know what? I actually like his art too much, so I'm not gonna do it. I only watch him for his art, not for his personality. So let me all tell you this. The next time somebody you know traces your art and you tell them that you don't like that, forgive them and forget. Do not call them out on it like Sean did. Okay? I'm Dragon808 and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.